Hi everyone, I'm Lauren of LaurenBarrettWrites.com, and I am so happy that you decided to go ahead and purchase this course. I'm really excited to get started, so let's jump in and I'll tell you a little bit what to expect. I have 5 key takeaways before you begin this course. Okay, so our first key question is, why did I make this course? And well, I kind of made it because there is a lot of parenting information out there on the internet, social media, in books. Sometimes it seems like there is just too much information. It can be overwhelming. So I wanted to put together something, a list, a running list of what works for you. Because during those really hard parenting moments, when your kid is crying, they're throwing a tantrum, they're melting down, they say something we don't know how to answer. Sometimes it can be really hard to think of, what do we do? What works? So I wanted to make a course for you where you can build your own running list of what works. Because that's what I did when my son was born and he was a baby. And we were trying to figure out what helped him calm down. If we knew that he was and we would go through this checklist of what worked, and I would keep this running tab. And when I couldn't think in that moment, I could look at my phone or at this list I compiled and say, oh, yes, I forgot about that. That works. So I would go back to that. And that's what I hope this course can do for you. The second question that you might have is, how can I find the time to do all this stuff? And I would counter that and actually say, by doing this stuff, by doing these positive parenting solutions and finding what works for you, you're actually saving yourself a lot of time. It's a hard work up front, but it's for long-term solutions and payback. And I know sometimes in that moment, it is much easier to yell at your child, to threaten your child. And it might work like that, but it's going to keep happening. So you're actually not saving yourself any time because it's going to keep happening because your kid, your child is not learning those necessary skills. So whenever someone says to me, oh, I don't have the time to do all this, I actually kind of say, you are saving yourself time by finding these positive research-based solutions that work for your child. Our third question is, but what if what I'm doing works? Okay, so I know those quick solutions like we talked about, yelling, spanking, fear, they might work quickly, but they don't last and they don't have long-term benefits. So what we're actually teaching our kids when we do that is fear and love go hand in hand, which we don't want that. We don't want to teach our kids that. We don't want them to, when they're looking for someone to marry or date, we don't want them to associate fear and love together. And that's the same thing with being a parent. Yes, we want them to respect us and we don't want them to walk all over us, but we don't want them to associate fear and love as being synonymous. So that's why I always say you should find these positive parenting solutions that work. And number 4, what should I do before I get started? So first you want to examine biological and environmental factors, because if those needs of your child are not met, then it's going to be very hard for you to find a solution. For example, here are some factors to consider before you start implementing this course. Is your child getting enough sleep? Are they eating the right types of food? Or are they consuming too much sugar? And some other factors are screen time, which we will talk about in the course. Home life. Does your child feel safe in their home? Are they in a dangerous situation? Or do they have an undiagnosed illness or disability that is going untreated? So if those factors are not addressed, then it's kind of hard to do the rest. Also, number 5, I am ready to start. Now what? So when you're diving into this course, before you make all these big changes or get so overwhelmed and you go to a place of guilt or feeling like you're not good enough, I say take it slow, observe first, and collect the data. And then you can start making the changes. And always remember to give yourself grace. As Dr. Becky Kennedy says in her podcast, you are doing the best you can with the information you have right now. So anytime those feelings of guilt start to pop up during this course, remember that you are doing the best you can with the information you have now. And now you're here and you're open to learning. All right, I wish you the best of luck.